You know, it's crazy when people say like the most popular podcast around
I
because
feel I feel loved.
I feel love to. By the way, we are live now.
Yeah.
I sneaked out of work to wish Naomi a happy birthday. I hate work. Work's the bitch. You wouldn't work if you were rich. Go check out Stereotypes on Spotify. They're a damn good band. And before we start with the birthday celebration, happy birthday, by the way, Naomi. I know we're a little
Thank
late,
you.
but
It's all right. It's a couple of days.
I did my hair.
yeah, he did his hair for this occasion. I'm wearing my wig. Um, but before we jump into the festivities, we'd like to give a couple shout outs and make some announcements, and then we'll dive right in. Go check out Reignite. Reignite is going to be interviewing Marco, a famous producer. He's worked with a lot of people. He also worked with Adam and the Ants. I hope I said that right. That's like a big band in the UK, right?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with them because I'm in America and we're fucking weird. And just announced, the Voice It Show is going to be interviewing. Anybody want to pronounce his name?
I don't know, but fuck, he's got a big neck.
Shem von Shiriak. He is of Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
And we have an announcement for Pink Sock after we give our usual Catfight Coffee shout out and our shout out to
lifting.
And Death Comes Lifting. And we also would like to shout out In the Trenches with Ryan Roxy and the Rock and Row podcast. I don't know if Ryan announced his guest coming up. I'm not too sure. I never got a memo yet of it, but I will post it on Instagram when that is. And thank you, Kathy Grant. She's not in the chat right now, but she was earlier. Go check out her podcast, Reignite, on YouTube. Also, next week, guys. You ready for this? Can we get a drum roll? There we go. Drum roll. We would like to announce, Kanak, get off the screen, Kanak. Come on now. You're ruining the announcement. We have Jeff Towers with Tower Stories next week, July 26th. That is next week, right? Yeah.
Yes, next week.
July 26th, Tower Stories with Jeff Towers. Next week, he is going to be talking about Joan Jett and Willie Nelson. I'm kind of excited about that because I am a big Willie Nelson fan, not of his music. I love his work with the Green Variety. But Jeff Towers is going to be joining us next week for the first edition of Tower Stories, our new monthly series with Jeff Towers. It's when Jeff Towers takes over the show and tells stories. Now, today's birthday festivities shall commence. I am going to open up the StreamYard studio for anyone that wants to come in and wish Naomi a happy birthday. But before we do that and commence with the party festivities and the conversation, I would like to read Naomi some birthday messages from our listeners. First is Maskai. Dear Naomi, happy birthday to Naomi. Wishing you many, many more happiness. Have a great year, Maskai.
Thank you, Maskai. That's lovely.
I love Maskai. She's so sweet. And then we have
lovely messages.
Age is like underwear. It creeps up on you. Happy birthday, Naomi. Love, Jackie.
Oh, thank you, Jackie.
I fucking love that.
I love that. Yeah, that's brilliant.
And I would like to get to the video that I had made for you. Let me bring it up here. Yes, we have a video. Let me find it first because I suck, I guess, as a person because it's usually in one folder, but today I guess it's not. So I'm just going to ramble on until I find it. Because I'm not entirely sure what folder it ended up in. And yes, it does creep up on you. Like,
I think I know. Well, I think I might know which one you're on about.
From India, Naomi. your slash, and
Okay, I
me
saw that
wishing
one.
you a very, very happy birthday. May you have a gorgeous year ahead, and wish you lots of love, lots of joy, and great health. And may you have everything that you desire. And have a fabulous day, girl. Enjoy. Woo!
Hey Naomi, it's Monkey here. I want to wish you a very happy birthday and I hope everything goes well for you, that all your wishes come true, and that all of this RGA, Pink Sock, and the Voice It Show gang meets up. You're amazing.
Hey Naomi, how are you? I want to wish you a happy birthday. I wish you all the best for you. Keep rocking. See you. Send you much love from Argentina. Bye.
Happy birthday, Noami.
Damn, you got a new vocalist, Greg.
Yeah.
Hi Naomi, just wanted to send you happy birthday wishes from Casino MK. Filming this before we get caught because you're not supposed to film in here. Anyway, wishing you a really happy birthday. Hope you have lots of cake and a nice cocktail for me. And well done on everything you do for Pink Sock, and thank you so much for taking over as producer. Love you, sweetie. Mwah.
Happy birthday, Naomi. Pink Sock wouldn't be the same without you, and it's lovely to see your face every Monday. So keep up the good work and have an absolutely spiffing birthday.
Ooh, spiffing. Oh, and don't forget to watch Reignite. Oh, damn, I had to get a shameless plug in. Happy birthday!
And she got arrested.
Hey Naomi, happy birthday. I hope your day is as amazing as you are. Today's a pretty good day. Sunshine. Brightest day of the year. Have a good one.
Hi, Naomi Evans. Anders Lindh, Sweden here. I was asked if I wanted to say something on your day, and well, of course I do. As you can see in those fancy serenades, my guitar resting by my side. I'm on vacation. Anyways, I want to commend you on your work on Mike Usenik's Pink Sock podcast as a producer. Everybody knows that filling up the shoes after Cat Grant ain't no easy task, but I think you're doing a real damn good job. So congratulations. Well, with that said, it's just saying that I hope you have a smashing day on your birthday, and I wish you all the best. So, happy birthday, Naomi Evans. Bye now.
Yo, Naomi, Roxy here. What's happening? Just finished a gig, but on behalf of the RGA, apparently the Kiss Army, because I look like Paul Stanley for some reason right at this moment in time. Happy birthday. Rox Guitar Army, Kiss Army. It's all the same, right? Happy birthday, Naomi.
Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you to everybody that sent a video in. That was amazing.
What was that?
That was absolutely amazing. Thank you to everybody that sent a video in.
Thank you, everyone, for sending in videos. That last video, that was Vince Neil, right?
Yeah. Good for that stadium gig.
Ryan's going to be like, come on, guys. I've been losing weight.
It looks so wrecked there.
Well, he did just finish a gig. I appreciate him doing the video. Who was that, though? Was that... I think that guy played, like, drums for Warrant or some shit.
Well, for it was the basic Steel Panther. That's the reason why he left.
Thank you, everyone in the chat, for showing the love. Since Vince Neil can't perform, does this mean that they're going to replace him with
John Karabi?
No, you know what they should do? They should just cancel the Motley Crue tour and just have Nikki Sixx replace Lexi and Steel Panther.
Yeah. I did hear about Lexi leaving the other day.
Yeah, I heard about. Do you know who Lexi Fox is, Naomi?
No, I'm not sure.
He is the former bassist now of Steel Panther.
All right, yeah.
He announced. Well, Steel Panther announced yesterday that He's gone. They departed ways with Lexi
All right.
Fox. But he hasn't been playing with them for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's now not playing with them at all then.
At all. Like, he took like a leave, like a year or two ago. He took a leave, and their guitar tech took over on bass duty, dressed up like Nikki Sixx, and they claimed that Lexi Fox wasn't with them because he was in sex rehab.
Right.
and then he came back and played for like a year and then left again, and the guitar tech took over again, and they never really told anyone why. And then they announced that he's out of the band, and they still aren't announcing what's going on, because in the post about it, they're like, he pursued a career in dog grooming.
Okay.
I saw the video when I first saw it. It's an end of an era.
It was kind of funny because they're like, he's into animals now. He likes to keep them bitches groomed or something.
Well, if he likes his bitches groomed, that's fine.
So what did you do for your birthday, Naomi?
Well, on Friday I was working, and then in the evening came back and cooked a meal, and then had some cake.
You had to cook your own fucking cake?
No, husband helped as well. He did most of it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying I cooked my own meal. I made my own cake. I'm like,
no, I didn't. The kids could have contributed more. In fact, my son came down in the evening because he was up in his bedroom and I was at work most of the day, and he says, "Oh, it's your birthday." I'm like, "Yeah." Because he disappeared off for school really early in the morning, so I only seen him for a short time, and I don't think it quite caught up on the fact that there was all these signs like presents wrapped up, but they weren't his, so they probably just didn't register.
He comes downstairs and he's like, "Is it Christmas?"
Yeah, it could be like that.
No, you fool! It's my birthday.
I might not need to bother this year. Just another day, I wouldn't notice.
Jesus, like, I'll be honest, there's like 27 people on my Facebook that had a birthday last week. I'm not exaggerating. So like everyone's got buried, and like Kathy messaged me and she's like, "It's Naomi's birthday tomorrow," like the day before her birthday. I'm like, fuck. So we threw that video together, and I'm like, shit. And like we didn't
fantastic.
We didn't even contact Ryan. He messaged me and he's like, "Hey, Naomi's birthday is." I'm like, "I was informed." He's like, "I'll make a video."
Yeah, it was because I had a guitar lesson booked with him yesterday, but he had to postpone it because he had a gig. So fair enough, he had a gig. You've got to rock.
Right.
So it's later. So I'm looking forward to it in a few weeks now.
What drives me nuts about this Alice Cooper tour that was announced is I left the East Coast and moved to the West Coast, and Alice Cooper announces a tour and he's touring the East Coast.
I've been there. I'll tell you why, because when I moved a few years ago to Germany, I found out I was so busy at the time, so we were having a house built and everything, didn't have much money for gigs or anything, and then found out that Alice Cooper, the original band, had played in Leeds, Yorkshire. That's like hardly any distance away from where I'm from in Huddersfield. And I was like, oh, I missed that.
That sucks that you missed it, but
yeah.
I was really wanting to see Alice when he did like a mini tour with the original band. Yeah. He did like half the set was like the current band and the other half was the original.
Yeah, I've seen footage of that.
Yeah, I have as well.
Who was covering for Glenn Buxton on the one that you missed?
Oh, I can't remember. I think I was just so devastated about missing it.
Well, it was Steve Hunter.
Steve Hunter, because I know Steve Hunter filled for Glenn Buxton on a couple dates when they reunited.
And then it was Ryan Roxy afterwards.
And then Tommy Henriksen did a couple shows.
Oh.
I think. I could be wrong, but I do believe I saw footage of Tommy Henriksen playing with the original band. I know Tommy Henriksen wrote tracks with the original band for Paranormal.
Yeah.
I know that. because he produced the last Alice album, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's produced like the last couple of Alice albums.
Got to go, everyone.
Oh.
Today is my happy birthday. I told you, like every day is everybody's birthday. Like,
yeah,
it's been a crazy couple
happy
weeks.
birthday to your eldest, Renee.
I got overwhelmed last week because everyone that I was friends with had birthdays or new people with birthday. And I'm like, I'm just not going to wish anyone a happy birthday because then I'll just be going through Facebook for months trying to wish everybody happy birthday.
Hey, dude, I just forget.
There was a lot for me last month.
Well, my birthday is tax day. April 16th. United States tax day. And Anders is in the chat. Thank you, Anders, for stopping by. Thank you, Kanak, Jackie, everybody, Muskai, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Everybody for coming onto the show. We have, like we announced earlier, we do have Jeff Towers on the show. And if you missed Naomi's birthday message, you can rewatch it when the show rebroadcasts. Did you want me to send you the individual videos, Naomi?
Yes, please. If you can,
I have the individuals and I also have the video as a whole.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice everybody did that. It's lovely.
Yeah, we threw that together. I'm like, shit, we got to do something. Kathy was like 98% of that.
Yeah, I sent to her a message that said, it sounds like you've had something to do with the planning of it.
Well, she handled most of it because my work schedule, we have somebody on vacation at work, and my work schedule has been all shit. I haven't been able to do anything productive other than work. And I'm like, thank you, Kath, so much for doing this because I wasn't.
You messaged me asking, are you guys doing anything for Naomi's birthday? I'm like,
I didn't realize it was her birthday because, like I said, Facebook was giving me like thousands of notifications on birthdays, and like everyone's got buried. I was getting notifications of people I don't even fucking know. So like the people I knew was getting buried. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I hope I replied to everybody that sent me a message on Friday. There was a lot.
Oh, on my birthday, if people post on my wall, it's either like 3 people or like everybody on my friends list. And I'm like, fuck, how do I reply to every single person?
I was like that, and I was out all day on Saturday as well, because I had a day out with my sister-in-law in the town. We haven't done that for about a year and a half, so it was nice. So I was actually out of the house. Apart, nice. Not going to work, but out of the house.
Do you speak German? Random thought, because you are in Germany, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you speak German?
Yeah.
Can you speak
it? Quite good, not absolutely perfect.
Can you speak it in a British accent?
I do anyway. That's how. It's just my accent with German.
Please speak German. This sounds fucking hilarious. Because for the listeners that don't understand where I'm coming from, German is the most angry language. We can all agree on that. British is the most polite language. So you put the two together.
Yorkshire is that can be forceful, Yorkshire accent.
Can you
so that combined with German.
Can you speak some German for me? Teach me German.
I'm just thinking what to say.
I'll teach you Spanish. You teach me German. I don't know Spanish. I just know a few words and some sentences, but I'll teach you some. What I know.
Okay. Servus, Mike. Mein Name ist Naomi. Und ich möchte Pink Sock.
Your name is Naomi Pink Sock.
That was hi. My name is Naomi, and I love Pink Sock.
Oh, okay. Here, Tiketa puta. That means I love you, bitch. I said that at work one time, not to a coworker. I was on my lunch, and somebody I know pulled into the parking lot, and he speaks Spanish. He's my manager's boyfriend. He steps out of the car, and I'm like, "Tiketa puta." He's like, "I love you too, bitch." Yes.
Oh, danke schön, Danny. Alles gut zum Geburtstag.
What? What'd you call me?
Happy birthday in German.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, I thought it was happy birthday. I'm like, who the hell's Geburtstag?
Is that a festival?
Dude, that sounds like a really badass German festival. Could you imagine I'm going to Geburtstag and you're like thinking it's this badass festival and the name is just birthday?
Yeah. You have like 20,000 people coming along with you. I'm like, bro, it's just a birthday.
It's just a fucking birthday, man. I told you German is an angry language. Even birthday sounds like a fucking metal festival. What'd you get for your birthday? Did you get everything you wanted? Did you get $1 million?
No, didn't get that, but I did get a guitar.
What kind?
Jiva 10, Nita Strauss.
Ooh, nice. Is the custom models in the UK like different than the ones in America?
I have no idea. I ordered it. Well, I got it from the shop here.
I know that's a dumb question, but like some guitar companies are American based, and I would figure it'd be cheaper in the UK to just make a replica pretty much with a different company.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that happens a lot over there. What does that mean, Yorkshire Pud?
Oh, Yorkshire Pud. Well, it's food in Yorkshire. Well, it's all over.
Are you telling us you're a whole snack? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, what it is it's made out of pancake batter, and then you've got a special baking tray that you put some lard in it usually, but oil will do. That does fine if you don't want lard. And then you put the pancake batter into the circle bits in the baking tray, and then put them in the oven, and then they rise and they come out and they're like crispy, and you can eat them with gravy. You usually have them traditionally, in my house growing up, with roast beef, and then Yorkshire pudding and veg and potatoes.
So it's a crispy pancake, if I heard you
correctly? That's done in the oven, rather than a frying pan.
So it kind of is like a crepe, but a crepe isn't really crunchy. You know what a crepe is?
Yeah, I know what a crepe is.
It's like a burrito, but with a pancake batter.
A burrito.
I'm serious. Do you know what a crepe is, Greg?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. They take like the pancake, flatten it like a tortilla shell, and wrap the shit in it. And when I first heard about a crepe, I'm like, that sounds weird, wrapping a pancake in meat and stuff. Then I ate it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is heaven.
Crepes
are nice. This is better than a burrito.
Perhaps, I don't know if it's that good because I was high, and pancakes and meat sounds great. You guys are talking about guitar. See, I want to learn guitar. I've been learning, but like I want to be great at it. But I don't have. You're amazing, bro. Like you're freaking riffing.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, but you're like that really ripped guy at the gym. I wish I was in better shape. Like fuck you.
Still learning.
I was watching this comedian. He's like, I went to the gym the other day, and this guy, he was fucking huge. I'm like, dude, you're done. Like, you're where you need to be.
How big do you want to be? Like, just stop.
Like Scott Steiner, like muscles on muscles.
Sometimes then only when you eat it, you realize how wrong you were.
Sometimes the food looks shit, and then that was my thing with guacamole when I was younger. I would not try guacamole, and I fucking love it.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah,
man.
But Yorkshire Pud. Pud was my nickname. So that's why Yorkshire Pud, and I'm from Yorkshire.
Oh, I figured it was a nickname, but I just thought it was like short for pudding or something.
Yeah, it is pudding, pud. Yeah.
Oh, pud.
It's what my dad has called me my whole life. So yeah. And I call my daughter a pud as well. She's a pud as well.
Well, I'm gonna change my
Mark
name.
is such a pud.
I'm gonna be Chode.
That's another thing as well. I'll get onto Yorkshire puds with sausages. Do you know what they're called?
No.
Toad in the hole. Yeah.
That sounds like a sex position.
Yeah, it's a Yorkshire pudding with a sausage in it. That's toad in the hole. I kid you not.
See, my name on the streets is Chode. Do you know what a chode is?
No. Do I want to know what a chode is?
A chode. A chode is a non-medical term by any means. But what's up with me and all these medical shit? It's a non-medical term for somebody whose penis is short but fat.
All right.
The short
I learned
fat.
so much medical stuff on this show.
Yeah, this is a medical show.
I never even knew about.
It's a short
Didn't
fat.
Kat tell you anything? Before
I'm
you
starting
start
to wonder
masturbating?
now whether I learned anything at university when I was training to be a radiographer.
Welcome to Pink Sock. We are actually
Yeah.
a medical program. We're an educational film. Show this to your children. Greg's like, that's not a good idea. It's such a wrong sounding question. What's wrong? Where are you?
Pudding tonight.
Ooh. Connect's talking dirty to me again.
It is.
I love Kanak because he's such a positive spirit.
Yeah.
I like this comment right here.
Dr. Mike. Oh man, lives 200 kilometers. Says he's still
That's me. Not gonna
Medicine.
Tonight.
Dr. Mike. Yeah.
Yes, it is Kanak. Medicine Uncensored.
that's my book.
Yeah.
My book, Medicine. Have you read the book? Trust Me, I'm Dr. Ozzy.
No, but it sounds good.
Ozzy Osbourne, I guess, did a newspaper column for a while where people would ask him medical advice and he would answer.
Oh, I never knew about that.
And he took all of that and published it into a book.
Oh, that sound. Oh, I've got to find that book.
People was asking him weird fucking questions and shit, and he was trying to answer the best he could. Well, he was like, would you rather hear from a healthcare professional or a man who has overdosed 8 times, died 7 times? Like, he went through like all the shit he's been through, and he's like,
Or just watch Pink Sock.
You'll learn a lot of medicine. Do you know what a blue waffle is? I'll do the Ozzy impression. Okay. I got to tell an Ozzy story first. I was on TikTok and I found this old episode of, a scene from an old episode of the Osbournes. And I forgot this happened. And it was fucking hilarious because the guy's timing is like, for a guy who they claim isn't there mentally, he's fucking sharp. He was sitting there. He's like, Osbournes, meet the Osbournes. I need to write a theme song for the show. Osbournes, meet the Osbournes. And you hear his son in the background, his dog's barking. And you hear his son go, Mimi, shut the fuck up. And Ozzy's like, that's the chorus. Without missing a beat. Without missing a beat.
That's good. I like that.
What are you talking about, man? I should do a whole Pink Sock episode in the voice of Ozzy Osbourne. What's going on? Did you remember that Ozzy commercial? Sorry, I'm taking over your birthday episode of stories about Ozzy.
I'm fascinated with this now. I want that book.
Ozzy actually has a autobiography too, called I Am Ozzy. Read it. It is fucking incredible. I think the way they wrote the book is Ozzy Osbourne sat there and told this guy his life, because if you read the book, you end up reading it in his voice because it's read like he speaks.
Yeah.
Like there's this one page, a whole fucking page, only this much text, and it says, this is my, I forget exactly how it's worded, but it says like, this is my book. And then you flip the next page, it's a whole fucking page, but this much text. But first, I need to remember something. And then you flip the page, and it's still a whole page with a little bit of text. He's like, bollocks, I can't remember shit. And then you pull to the next page, and he's like, oh, except for this. And then the book starts.
I've got the Ozzy Knows Best book. Have you seen that one?
Oh no, I have not.
Yeah,
How many books has he written?
He hasn't written any. He sits there and talks, and the people write it for him. 'Cause he can't,
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't read or write, I don't think. I think he's dyslexic. If I'm not
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
right.
he is.
Yeah.
because all of his songs that he writes, he doesn't actually write them down. He
Yeah.
speaks them, and people write it for him because he's dyslexic. It takes him forever to write. But
He's
Ozzy,
brilliant at speaking.
if you have you seen any of his commercials that he was in?
He has been in a lot. I've seen him a long time
There's
ago.
been
I
a
can't
few that
remember
I've
them.
seen.
Like
Yeah.
when he used to do all them Samsung commercials. Like
I
he was
think
sitting,
so, yeah.
he was sitting there. He's like, my first personal assistant must have had a hearing problem, and it shows Ozzy on like some kind of a bicycle like thing, you know, that workout bike.
Yeah.
And his assistant was sitting there, standing there, and Ozzy's like, you know, and he was like, what? And then Ozzy sitting there, he's like, and I think my other assistant had really strange hours. And he tried waking Ozzy up at like noon, and Ozzy kicked him out of the house. And then he's like, this Samsung Jack is a great assistant. It has alarm clocks. It lets me check my emails. It even helps me around the house. And it shows him with his GPS, and it says turn left. And he turns left, and there's his bathroom, and he's like, oh, this is new. Like, where have you been shitting this whole time? And then he has this other commercial. It was based off of an interview he did. He had Justin Bieber was in this commercial, but he's sitting there, and Sharon's like, okay, all you got to say is with the new 5G phone. He's like, okay, this new 4G phone. They're like, it's 5G. How many fucking G's are there?
That sounds about right.
Do you remember the interview? Oh yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Have you seen that interview? Ozzy's sitting there, and the interviewer was like, "Hello, good evening, Ozzy," and Ozzy's like, "What?" The interviewer was like, "Good evening," and Ozzy's like, "Hello there," and then it continued. There's this one interview I saw of his. The interviewer was Barbara. I forget who it was. I don't want to get this wrong, but she was interviewing him. I move on. She asked him, "Are you sober now?" And Ozzy, I'm quoting, this is exactly how he said it. He was like, yeah, but no, I never. He just fucking stuttered through the whole fucking rock and roll. I love Ozzy too. The thing is with Ozzy's stutter, it has nothing to do with like health problems. I even read somewhere that it barely has anything to do with drugs. He's stage fright, camera shy, and he's from Birmingham.
Yeah.
That's how they talk.
What explains it then? I always thought it might have been from his drug addiction or something.
No, that's his dialect.
That's his dialect. If you watch early interviews with him, he still had a slight stutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you watch interviews with him now, he has less of a stutter than he did in the early 2000s because he's not doing any drugs anymore. Like, he's a burnout. Like, he really is. Like, he can barely hear. Like, he has like a hearing problem, and he has memory problems, but like, that's age. That happens with anyone. Drugs or not, you're gonna forget shit when you hit 70.
Yeah. But he still performs at a high performance though.
Right? Sharon issued a statement and said the Parkinson's he isn't life threatening. He's not going to be the same high energy Ozzy all the time because some days are really bad, some days are really good, but he's still going to give 100% like he always has. It might not
100%.
be. It might not be the 100% he was able to give years ago, but he's still giving you everything he fucking has. And that's what I respect about Ozzy. He could be the worst night ever, but you're going to get a fucking show.
Yeah.
The guy practically kills himself on that stage.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that video of Ozzy? Somebody was talking about this. They said Ozzy was performing live. And at the time, he had, I think, pneumonia or some shit. This was in the 90s. And he was on a fucking breath machine every other song. But in between taking puffs of the oxygen, he'd say, I can't fucking hear you. And then would like scream into the microphone to get the crowd going crazy for him to come back out. Like, The guy's fucking nuts. Any normal person would just take the oxygen and go back on stage. He was talking in between.
Yeah.
Or not even go on stage. Yeah.
Well, he has this thing that Ozzy does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ozzy is a cult. He is Ozzy.
Yeah.
There will never be another Ozzy. People can argue time and time again. The fact is, yes, Ozzy was a drug addict. Yes, he wasn't the greatest of humans at times. He'll even admit that. But Ozzy was the first musician to have a hugely successful band go out on his own and be just as, if not more successful than the band he was in. The only other artist to do that was Eric Clapton and Danzig, but that was after Ozzy.
Yeah. Nah, man. I still think that, like, if Randy Rhoads wasn't there for him in the beginning of his solo career, he would have been dead.
I would argue that it's not Randy that saved his life. It was Sharon.
Yes, but like
Randy
Rhoads was like a boost up for him.
He was, but if it wasn't for Rudy Sarzo, Ozzy wouldn't have been as successful with his first couple solo albums. Dee Snider was just speaking about that in an interview. Yeah, Ozzy was on a ventilator, and he will talk while he's taking hits off his ventilator. Because Ozzy does this thing at his shows. If you've seen him live, you'll know what I'm talking about. He will leave the stage and like be like, I'm not coming out until you guys go fucking crazy. And like he'll like be yelling at the crowd to get them crazy for him to come back out. Well, 9 times out of 10, that's him hitting his ventilator. And he's doing that so that people don't realize that he's having a health problem.
Yeah.
He will stay crazy as fuck on the microphone while he's taking hits of the ventilator. Now, another musician that does that is Jonathan Davis of Korn.
Yeah.
He's on a ventilator because he has really bad asthma. It's not noticeable when he's with Korn because it's behind the drum set from what I've heard, or it's off the stage. But if you see Jonathan Davis solo, he keeps it up front in front of the drum set. You can actually see him do it. But he's never been shy about that.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're on that big of a platform and you have health problems, if I ever make it that big, I would like people to know that they're not alone if they have the same issues. Instead of keeping it a secret. That's like Ozzy coming out and saying he has Parkinson's.
Yeah. When he had it for many, many years.
Eric Clapton is good. And I'm actually going to go in a little debate right now. I saw an interview with Davey of Calabrese. I think it was all the guys of Calabrese. And I love them guys. But the interviewer said something that kind of caught my eye, and I commented on it. I'm not trying to be a dick here. I love talking about shit and like looking at things and tearing things apart, even things that I say. The guy said in the interview that Danzig is the only artist to have 3 iconic bands.
Oh, yeah. I know which one you're on about. I think it was on the latest podcast he done.
Danzig's great. He really is. But 3 iconic bands. Misfits is very iconic. Danzig is very iconic. But Sam Hain, to me, like the traditional fan ain't going to know who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Like, and if you think of like 3 iconic bands, I can name several artists that fit that bill. Eric Clapton, he had Cream, Yardbirds, and solo. You had Dio, Rainbow, Dio, and Black Sabbath.
Yeah, it's true. And Heaven and Hell.
And Heaven and Hell. Which I'm just going to group Heaven and Hell and Black Sabbath into one. You've got Gary Holt, who's played in every single thrash band in history.
Pretty much. He played in the whole Bay Area.
No, that's Dave Lombardo. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mixed up. Dave Lombardo hasn't played for Metallica because Lars won't hang up the drum set.
Just stop.
Even James Hetfield knows. And Dee Snider, by the way, bringing back up Dee Snider because Rock and Roll discussed that, our buddy Robert Rowe. I would love to have Dee on the show. I would love to have. But yeah, like Eric Clapton had 3 legendary bands. Dio had 3 legendary bands. Somebody argued this one, okay? I said, I named those, but I also named Maynard James Keenan because he has Tool, Perfect Circle, and Pucifer. And the guy was like, well, Pucifer wouldn't be considered iconic. I'm like, yeah, but neither would Sam Hain. It's a great band. Don't get me wrong. I'm not arguing that it's a great band. I'm arguing it being iconic.
Yeah.
Richie Blackmore. He had Rainbow, Deep Purple. Didn't he go solo for a while?
Yeah, with his wife. Rainbow Rising, I think it was.
Let's name other bands that are other artists that have great successful bands. Les Claypool, before he came on the air, I mentioned Les Claypool. That motherfucker has 7 bands. They're not all iconic, but he has a lot of fucking bands. Slash, yes, that's a really good example. You have Guns N' Roses, Slash's Snake Pit, Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, Slash, Velvet Revolver.
Yeah.
And I even brought up Slash, and they're like, well, all of his bands aren't iconic. I'm like, yeah, but at least 3 are.
Yeah, 3 out of the 10.
Not
you know, Ace Frehley?
Ace Frehley. He has Frehley's Comet, Kiss, and just Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
Mike Patton. But that doesn't count. Out of the hundreds of bands that Mike Patton's in, maybe 3 of them are different. Like, am I wrong to say that? Maybe 3 are different. Another one I mentioned is Philip H. and Salmo.
Yeah. Is it the Illegals? What do we call it?
He has. I'm going to do them in the best order that I can.
Great
you have Pantera, Super Joint Ritual, Down, Philip H. and Salmo, and the Illegals. That's 4 there, and he has a lot more than that. He has in minor, he has, I forget what the other bands are that he's in, but he has like 7 bands that I counted yesterday, bro. Yeah, like even Robert Rose, like, yeah, Mike Patton's in the same band. There is a really weird, there's a really
different
weird
band members and a different name.
Yeah. The one band that really caught my eye though that he was in, not in a good way. Like, it's not bad, it's art. Like, I will not diss art. But Mike Patton was in a band with Buzz Osborne of the Melvins. And you'd think Mike Patton, Buzz Osborne, this is going to be some weird music, but it's going to be good. It's weird music. I'll give them that. It could have been the song I heard, because it might not all be like that. But the song I heard was just Mike Patton screaming into a microphone while Buzz Osborne played guitar. Glenn Hughes is fucking everywhere.
Dave Grohl as well. You know, obviously Foo Fighters, Nirvana, and then Crooked Vultures.
And Tenacious D.
Yep.
One song, yes, but still. Glenn Hughes has been everywhere. Let's talk about Glenn Hughes for a minute. Deep Purple. Now he's in the Dead Daisies. Glenn Hughes was solo for a while. What other bands was he in? Like, he was fucking everywhere there for a while. Like, any blues rock band he's been in.
He's just in, a lot.
Oh, Dave Lombardo. It was the Phantomas. It was Dave Lombardo, Buzz Osborne, and
Mike Patton.
It was a good band. Don't get me wrong, but like the song I heard, like, instrumentally was great, but I wasn't a fan of, like, I don't know. It sounded like Yoko Ono lyrics. Like, it was just Mike Patton screaming in a microphone. I don't know if all the songs were like that, but that one was. Can we just be honest here? Anybody who has ever sung for Deep Purple was in a lot of bands.
And like, how many league things did they have too? Like
3.
They went
3.
I feel like there was more.
I think they had 3 popular lead singers.
Yeah, but
it feels like there's more because they had a lot of lineup changes, but a lot of the lineup changes was previous members coming back.
Yeah.
Former members, they had. Oh no, they did have more. They had Rod Evans, who was in there from 1968 to 69. That doesn't count. They had Glenn Hughes from 73 to 76. They had David Coverdale from 73 to 76. They had Joe Lynn Turner from 89 to 92. and they had Ian Gillan on and off throughout the years. He left, came back, left, came back, left, came back, left, came back. So yeah, there's a lot of them. Joe Lynn Turner was. David Coverdale's a great career, but I keep forgetting he was in Deep Purple.
Yeah, he was in there with Glenn Hughes at the time.
Yeah, like for some reason I keep thinking he was in Deep Purple because when I think David Coverdale, I automatically think Whitesnake. I don't think Deep Purple.
Yeah. So do I.
Like
Jason Newsted would be up there, I think.
Mm-hmm. By the way, we can stop shitting on Vince Neil's vocals after I just saw a recent performance of Stephen Pearcy of fucking Rat trying to sing.
Oh, is it terrible?
They think he's back on drugs because he did a show a year ago, like before the pandemic started, and he was pretty much falling asleep while singing. And he said in an interview that he had mixed his pain medication with alcohol.
Oh no.
And he didn't realize that it would have that effect on him when he performed because he took it 5 hours or something prior to the performance. Thing is, don't do drugs before a show unless you know your limits. Ozzy Osbourne did enough drugs to kill the entire planet, and he never had a bad performance. Like vocally,
I think that's just Dulce.
Vocally, he might have been a little off, but like performance-wise, he was fucking dead on every night. It wasn't like
110% performance.
I heard a story, and I think he's lying, but he might not be. But David Lee Roth said in an interview a few years ago that he did a festival that Ozzy was at. I think it was Van Halen and Ozzy Osbourne playing at this festival. And he challenged Ozzy to who can do the most cocaine contest. And he claims that he beat Ozzy Osbourne. He claims that Ozzy Osbourne passed out backstage and David Lee Roth still went on and played with Van Halen. I'm like, I doubt that because Ozzy still performed that night.
Yeah.
Like, I highly doubt that.
David Lee Roth is a weird character, man.
I prefer Sammy Hagar when it comes to Van Halen. I'm that guy. I prefer Sammy Hagar. In Van Halen. I prefer John Corabi and Motley Crue. Like I'm that guy that likes the weird shit, dude. Except for Saint Anger. Fuck that. Nobody likes Saint Anger except for Glenn.
Hey.
You covered that on the Rock and Roll podcast about how you love Saint Anger.
Yeah. Hey.
Are you a black metal fan? Because they took that inspiration of those drums from black metal.
But they slow it down.
Yeah. Could you imagine Metallica just did a black metal album but slowed everything down?
Oh, man.
The only guy that knew how to sing Burn Right was David Coverdale. I will have to re-listen to that because I think I might have heard it. I'm weird. Like
he also sung that during with Whitesnake as well.
I know these things. Like I knew David Coverdale was in Deep Purple and shit, but like a lot of shit, I have so much musical knowledge, comedy knowledge, so much knowledge up here that some shit just slips my mind or I forget because I don't think automatically like David Coverdale, Deep Purple. I'm like, no, Whitesnake. Which is a kind of a weird fucking name for your dick, you know what I mean? John Corabi. I love Glenn Hughes. I really do. I don't like Glenn Hughes in Dead Daisies.
No,
he's a blues rock vocalist, not a hard-hitting hard rock vocalist like John Corabi or John Stevens was.
Yeah, like Dead Daisies is a hard rock band, but it's
not anymore.
It's like a bluesy band now.
Yeah, because I heard some of the new music. I'm like, this isn't the Daisies, man.
I know.
Like, it doesn't feel like it feels like the Dead Daisies meets Deep Purple.
Yeah. You know what's really funny though, because like that band's from Melbourne, and now there's only like one Australian member left.
I have a question. I might sound like ignorant asking this, but Glenn Hughes is known for being a vocalist and a bass player. Did he sing in Deep Purple? Because I know he played bass when David Coverdale was in there. And I know he did vocals on a couple tracks, but was he ever classified as their vocalist?
Backup vocalist.
That's it?
I think so. I know he's saying. I think he's saying lead vocals like on Mistreated.
Yeah, he did lead vocals on like a track or two, but I don't think he was ever their lead vocalist for like an album.
Not what I know of, no.
That's a lost opportunity because the dude's a hell of a vocalist when it comes to that style.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think he fits in with the Daisies. Because could you imagine him singing anything before the album they just released?
It's just not the same.
It's like when Dio did Ozzy Black Sabbath. It's still great, but it's not.
I liked it.
I like it, but it was more of a heavier sound than like the classic Sabbath bluesy sound. You know what I mean? Like they were more of like a metal. That's like when they became actual metal.
Yeah.
I would love to hear Ozzy sing Dio Sabbath shit. That'd be fucking hilarious. Could you imagine? We know for the first time if it's real or divine, we're the last in line.
I like to see Ozzy singing Holy Diver.
Oh God.
Holy diver, you've been down too long at the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me?
Let's go fucking crazy.
Let's go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I love Ozzy, but he talks so much during guitar solos.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to drive you nuts as a guitar player.
Dude, friggin' Max Sabbath are coming out next year in Australia. They're rescheduled.
I thought you were saying like they're going to come out as gay or something. I'm like,
nah, man. I want to go. I really want to go and see them live.
Okay, Kanak wants to know what's our top 4 Dead Daisy songs.
Oh.
This is a hard one. Like, fuck, don't do this to me.
Hang on.
Do you need me to bring up some track listings?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Okay, you have Dead Daisy's debut album, which
Mexico. The song
Okay.
Mexico. Midnight Moses is my favorite one. And maybe the cover of Fortune Son.
Make it 5. 2 more.
Oh, fuck's sake. No.
Okay, top 3 you said?
Yeah.
I'm
I haven't
probably
listened to them in a while.
I'm probably just going to go with Krabi era only because that is my favorite era of the Daisies. So off of the Make Some Noise album, I'm going to go with their cover Fortunate Son from CCR.
Yeah.
And then after that, I will go with I'm going to switch to my favorite album by the Daisies. The last one Krabi was on, Burn It Down.
Yeah.
I would go with the song, the title track. Actually, no. I'm going to go with Dead and Gone, and then their cover of the Rolling Stones' song Bitch.
Yeah. Devil Out of Time is a pretty good song from the second album.
I love Fortunate Son, but I find it funny that, like, I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, the band was founded because the guitarist's dad is like some millionaire or whatever and wanted him to inherit the fortune, and he didn't want to. He wanted to be a musician.
But how good is it? Like a small band from Melbourne, Australia, now is like big in the States and Europe, and now it's just like played by famous other musicians now.
Right.
You know, and you look at the lineup changes as well. Like Richard Fortas played in that band for a couple of years.
And yeah, Burn It Down Kanak would have been in the top 5. That's one of my favorite Daisy tracks. I just went with the 2 covers because I think it sounded fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Dead Daisies, so I'm going to have to listen to them.
They're great,
They're a
but
band from Australia. There you go. That's all you need to
they're
know.
a band from Australia,
Right.
and each album has a different lineup, it seems, besides like 2 albums.
Yeah. The last 2 albums, maybe.
Yeah, because the band has 1 founding member, and that's it. And it's a guy from Australia, which I didn't realize he was from Australia until I met him.
By his accent?
Very thick Australian accent, like thicker than yours, Greg.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck. Well, it was weird because the whole band is from like different. And yes, Kanak, I did meet the Daisies. I actually met them during their Burn It Down, during their Burn It Down album. Buddy of mine's band, Neverwake, go check them out too. They opened for them, and at the time I was supposed to interview John Crosby on the phone, but I ended up having to work, and my ex took over to the interview. But he went ahead and gave us backstage pass, and we met the Daisies. Nice people. The lineup I met was Dean Castronova, Marco Mendoza, Doug Aldridge, what's his name? Dave Lowry is the founding member.
Yeah.
Met him and John Karabi. And I remember it was kind of funny because they didn't all enter the room together. They entered like separately, and then the last 3 members flooded the room together. Karabi entered the room first, and the opening act playing downstairs, because the way it works is an upstairs area and a downstairs. So we was right above the stage in a room.
Yeah.
Playing was Dizzy Reed and Hookers and Blow.
Yeah.
And they were playing. Cool. It was cool. He did GNR covers, and he sings them amazingly. But he was playing some song. I forget what it was. It was like a cover. And John Karabi was like dancing and singing along. So I just danced with him. And then Marco Mendoza came in, and Dave came in next, I think. And they kind of all started coming in all together. Marco was talking to me. And then I happened to see in the corner of my eye, my then girlfriend, now ex, was next to me. And I knew she was a huge fan of Doug Aldridge.
Yeah.
Well, Doug approached me from the left. She didn't see him because there was a bunch of people in the room. He approached on the left, and their manager, I think, I don't know who it was, but I assume their manager was right there getting ready to take a picture with us because we got autographed shit and got to hang out with the band. And I didn't tell her that Doug Aldridge was beside me because I was facing away from her, talking to him. She was talking to Marco. He went around me, went around her, and was like, boo, pretty much. Like, he's a very nice guy. I love Doug Aldridge, but it's a shame because like he wasn't in Dio long enough to really like release anything.
No, he did one album.
Yeah, but like he didn't release a lot of shit is what I meant. Like,
yeah, he toured a lot, but he's done like one album.
Yeah. Like it's better than what Chuck got. Chuck got one song, but
yeah, and he's toured, and that's it.
But it's crazy. But Anders met the same lineup. John Crosby's a great guy. I actually met him twice so far. Great guy. I actually saw him play a solo show.
The acoustic show?
Yeah, he did an acoustic show.
Yeah, he brought that down here as well. I had friends that went, and they all fucking sent me pictures of like photos of him.
You guys didn't get the same tour I did. You guys got him performing Motley Crue 1994 in its entirety.
Yeah.
We got him doing solo shit. He did music from the band Scream, which he was in. He did like different music from different eras.
Yeah.
And it was still cool. I would have loved to see the Motley Crue one too, but that never made its way to the States. But he was opening for the singer of White Lion. And I'm like, he's doing Scream. He's doing shit off his solo album. When's he going to do? And then all I heard was the fucking acoustic riff of Misunderstood. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And he's like, it's been a while since I've done a Motley song. And he fucking did Misunderstood. And then he did Hooligan's Holiday.
Yeah.
And he told stories too. Like he's a hilarious guy. He tells jokes in between each song. And he told this one joke, fuck, I forget what he said. Never mind. I forget the joke. I don't want to fuck it up. But like he tells jokes in between songs and it's hilarious. He'll talk to the crowd. He's very interactive. You know, one of the best performers I ever saw though when it comes to like interacting with the crowd?
Who?
Seven Dust.
Yeah.
He has this weird thing where like not a lot of artists have this, but he knows and he interacts somehow with everyone in the room or makes you feel like you're a part of the onstage performance. Like he pointed out a girl crying in the middle of the audience. And he sung to her. And like he points whenever he sings and like everyone's acknowledged no matter how big or small the room, and it's fucking right. He had a far long Anders said that Doug Aldridge had a much more successful, longer career in Whitesnake. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that where Dean Castronova's from too? Whitesnake? Because I believe I think he played drums for them.
I think so. I know his son played for Wednesday 13.
I know that Marco Mendoza was from Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I saw them opening up for Kiss.
Oh, that's badass.
It was Thin Lizzy, Kiss, and Motley Crue.
Oh, Dean was from Ozzy Osbourne, Journey. He also played for.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Journey. Yeah.
He's the drummer for GZR.
For Geezer Butler's band.
Yeah, Geezer Butler's band. What's GZR stand for? Just Geezer?
I guess so.
I think that's shortened for Geezer. That's a really good fucking band. It's heavier than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played drums for Journey. I don't know why I thought Dean played drums for Whitesnake.
Yeah.
But yeah. Dead Daisies is great, but I just found it crazy that I would have loved if they replaced John Corabi with like a different vocalist and then replaced Marco Mendoza with Glenn Hughes. I think that would have worked.
It's kind of weird just saying it as like a 4-piece band.
Yeah.
Than a 5-piece band.
Because when I saw the Daisies, their singer was running all over the place, doing crazy shit, John Corabi, while the rest of the band was still very interactive. Marco Mendoza actually had a headpiece on so he could talk to the crowd in between songs and shit. And they all did. They were all very interactive. But like Corabi would run around on stage. Like when he first came out, it was hilarious because he ran out and this woman was getting ready to take a picture. He fucking grabbed her phone and stuck it in his crotch and was like singing the first song. Dane does sing his ass off. He actually did a Journey cover, I think, when I saw the Daisies. Dino Robert. Who's Dino Robert? I feel dumb. Robert De Niro? That's who popped up the second I looked up Dino Robert. I said, do you mean Robert De Niro? What do you think of Journey nowadays? Have you listened to any of it? Do you think it's cool?
It's been a while. I've seen the documentary.
Is there?
That was up on Netflix a couple of years ago, and how they changed the lead singer. Which the singer that I have now, and I'm not just saying it because he's Filipino and I'm Filipino myself, but he's a fucking good vocalist.
He is. He's amazing. He's amazing. And the thing is people can rag on Journey all they want for finding a new singer. But fuck you, a lot of bands do it. These same people probably listen to AC/DC. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. But like he just brings so much energy to that band. For Journey. Like, have you seen footage of him just like running around, jumping and shit?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just like, fuck, dude, slow down, you little monkey.
It also helps that he's like half their age.
Yeah, I know, but he looks good.
Like, he's much younger than all the other members of Journey, but like a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, but nah, he's a good vocalist. I remember in that documentary movie that I saw, how they discovered him. They found him on YouTube. He was
Yeah.
doing some karaoke thing in the Philippines, and then they picked him because they know that he's got a good voice.
That's also how they found the new singer of Boston.
Oh, really?
All right.
The story about Boston is their singer, I think, killed himself, and they were working on an album, and they had it like halfway complete. Bye, Jackie. Thank you for joining.
Jackie.
Bye, Jackie.
But yeah, he
Thank
died.
you.
He died halfway during making the album, and Boston was thinking about just calling it quits. And
Yeah,
they found
right.
this, and they found this guy on Facebook, MySpace. I forget what was around when they did this, but they went ahead and did that cover. They saw these covers he was doing on Facebook, and he was really good. So they decided to go ahead and continue the band on, and they did the album, and they completed it with him and the original vocalist.
Oh wow, that's pretty
By
cool.
the way, I just got a message. Somebody is late wishing you a happy birthday, but they still sent it. So I'm going to go ahead and play that video right now for you.
Yeah.
Hi, Naomi. Oh, I don't need it. Hi, Naomi. Happy birthday and best of luck with the production of the Pink Sock podcast. Have a great day. Much love.
Better rock.
Oh, it was lovely.
She's like, I'm a little late. I'm like,
Yeah, thank you, Federock.
thank you, Federock.
I'll be thanking everybody that sent a message and that turned up today and in the chat and that sent videos in. I'll thank everybody
Thank you, everyone.
individually.
Back to iconic artists. This isn't iconic, but it does need to be mentioned. How many fucking bands has Wednesday 13 been in? Oh yeah. I listened to one a couple months ago that I forgot even existed. It's called Gunfire 76. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday 13's glam metal band.
All right.
You know Wednesday 13. You know who Wednesday 13 is, right, Naomi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine those vocals over like some like typical glam metal guitar riffs and shit.
Right.
And then you have Bourbon Crow or whatever it is.
Bourbon Crow was a country band that he was in, yes.
Yeah, that was supposed to come to Australia as well as like the opening act for Wednesday 13 acoustic show.
I would have loved to have seen that though. I've been thinking lately, so fuck you.
It was I met him. I was at the meet and greet for that one, but that was so fun. That was such a like different vibe concert because like obviously he plays in a band called like Wednesday 13, whatever. But like to him doing acoustic songs, it's just him and Roman. It's fucking awesome.
I've seen Wednesday. I forget how many times, but I've never seen him with anyone else. But one of the coolest moments is remember when Murder Dolls, their drummer, died?
Oh, Ben Graves.
Yeah. They had a drum set made that said Ben Graves, rest in peace, and it had like his date of birth and death on it.
Yeah.
And I think it was really cool.
That was the sort of like the reunion show that they done, memorial.
Mm-hmm.
It was Alex Kane. Well, Alex Kane wasn't the original, but he filled in. It was Alex Kane's, AC Slade, and Eric Griffin.
The original was Joey Jordison, wasn't he? The original drummer of Murder Dolls?
Oh, guitarist and drummer, I guess. I think he done drum tracks.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have Trip Eisen, which he later on got in trouble for being a pedophile.
Yeah. Apparently he didn't know.
He didn't know you weren't allowed, like, raping 13-year-olds? Like he had no idea.
He's just fucked.
The fuck? Like the thing is,
And now he's got a new band out too, and people are supporting him. I'm like, you're supporting a pedo? Like, what is wrong with you?
the thing is like I don't blame anyone that was in bands with him or whatever because that's business you didn't know.
Yeah,
a lot of people go after the people that knew the person, like with like the James Franco thing. People are going after Seth Rogen, and the dude's like, I was a profession. I only was in movies and shit with the guy. I was friends with him, but it's not like we mention the shitty things we do throughout the day.
Yeah, I've heard about that. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do any filming with him anymore, any work with him anymore. Because of what happened.
From what I read, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, and I forget who else all don't want to make movies with him anymore.
Yeah. Have you seen? This Is the End of the World or whatever it is?
This Is the End with Seth Rogen and shit. That's a funny movie.
Have you seen that?
That's fucking hilarious.
I've watched that so many fucking times. It's so good.
I saw Michael Cera get his butthole eaten out. Oh, was it like as smooth as I would think?
And so he was in there. It was like Emma Watson.
Yeah, Emma Watson from Harry Potter.
Yeah, Rihanna.
They're
like they're all playing themselves in that movie. And when Jonah Hill was asleep, Satan came in. He had like his big dick, and he like raped him in his sleep.
Yeah, and Jonah Hill like got possessed by this demon.
Yeah,
that movie's so
watch it, Naomi. It's fucking hilarious.
I've not seen it. What's it called again?
This Is the End.
Right.
Another one you should watch. It's called The Night Before. It's a Christmas movie with Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Right.
He what it is ever seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
No.
Well, the best way to describe it is it's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas meets like the Christmas, what's that called? Christmas Carol or whatever. The movie where like they have the three ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future.
Yeah, Christmas Carol.
It's like a stoner film meets that. Like their drug dealer is pretty much he gives this person weed and he's like, smoke this, man. And he smokes it. And he's like, it's not doing anything, man. He's like, this is the weed of Christmas present. He's like, you are now in the Christmas present. And the guy's like, isn't every strain of weed the weed of Christmas present? And he's like, only on Christmas, kid.
Sounds like there's a lot of weed and Christmas puns in that.
Yeah, and then the next time he smokes it, and he's like, and he fucking has a flashback to like when he was a kid or whatever. And that's the weed of Christmas past. They have past, present, and future. Seth Rogen, the movie is pretty much what it's about. It's his last Christmas to celebrate with his friends because his wife is pregnant, and his wife gives him a box of like all popular drugs just for him to do, just to get it out of his system and hang out with his friends. And they all have these sweaters made, and they all have their religion on it. Like fucking Seth Rogen's has the Star of David. His friends has like, I forget what it has on it. I think like it's just a regular Christmas sweater. And then his other friend has Black Santa because he's black. So they just gave him like a black Santa. He ends up getting high on acid and going to like a Christian church wearing a fucking Star of David sweater. And he's sitting there, he's like, they don't think we killed Jesus, do they? And his wife's like, yeah. And he's like, they don't know I'm Jewish, do they? And she's like, look at your fucking sweater. He fucking freaks out, runs down the aisleway and throws up and then yells, we didn't kill Jesus. And he keeps running.
I watched the Bad Neighbors.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I wanna watch the second one. I watched the first one a couple of weeks ago. It's pretty fun.
The sequel's just as good as the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just as good as the first one.
It's about bad neighbors.
It's another Seth Rogen film. It's about it's him and Zac Efron. Zac Efron plays a college student, and they open up a college dorm in the house next door, and they're trying so hard to get them to leave, so they're fighting back and forth trying to get the other one to leave. Like they're trying to sell the house and fucking
Yeah. Then it just gets backfired.
yeah. You know what my favorite scene of any movie is when it comes to selling houses? Fucking Step Brothers. When their parents are trying to sell the house and they fucking dressed up in a fucking KKK outfit mowing the lawn.
Oh, dear.
We have nice neighbors.
Yeah. Fuck. Now that you mentioned that, I'll probably watch that during the week.
You have to watch Step Brothers. I fucking love that movie.
I haven't seen that in so long.
You know what really helps with shoulder pain, Derek? If you put your tongue in my butthole.
The exploding couch.
Exploding couch.
Or the nutsack on the drum kit.
I'm gonna put my nuts on your drum kit.
That's something like Fasano will probably do.
This is our this is something Fasano would do. Go to a wedding and be like, this is our song, Boats and Hose.
Yeah. Boats and hose.
Boats and hose. I gotta have me more boats and hose.
Yeah.
The Nina, the Pinta. Can we do a thrash metal cover of that?
Yeah, man.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. I do you on the bottom while I'm drinking sangria. That's fucking hilarious.
Man.
You know, Mondays usually suck, but we're making them better the best we
Yeah,
can.
making Mondays fun.
It's
By the way-
Tuesday here, so because I'm from the future, so there you go.
Tuesday.
Check out the Rock and Roll podcast while you're at it. I'm going to be a guest on there a couple times, and Grack is too.
Yeah, I done one last week, and that was fun. He didn't like my order. When I told him I put Kill 'Em All as number 4, he goes, "What the fuck?"
Yes, but you gotta look at it this way though. Once you get to the last 4 Metallica albums, anyone that likes Metallica, it's the same 4 fucking albums you got to choose from, and they're hard.
But it's so hard to pick the last 4 albums.
I wouldn't put Injustice as one though. I would.
I did because it was my first album.
I do love
That's a good
Injustice,
one, Matt.
but Injustice is missing bass.
I know, but like still, it was the first album that got me Metallica. So, yeah.
Like Injustice is a great album. Don't get me wrong. Don't come at me, Metallica fans. It's
Listen,
not like it's not like I'm saying obvious shit like Megadeth is better.
Mega who?
Mega Dave, okay.
Mega Dave, yeah.
Fucking after Dave Ellefson.
I can't believe he deleted David Ellison's bass tracks.
Yeah, and replacing it with the same bass tracks played by somebody else.
And just let somebody just learn his bass tracks. Like, come on, dude.
From what I read, he's deleting them and then replacing them with somebody else playing the same bass tracks.
Apparently, it's already been done.
So I think Lars should replace his name. Dave Ellefson. Did you hear about Dave Mustaine though? Like the fact that he did an interview recently and they brought up Dave Ellefson. Did you hear what he said?
That
they asked him, "Is there any chances of Dave Ellefson ever coming back to Megadeth in the future?" And Dave Mustaine's like, "No."
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah.
I'm like, you said the same shit back in the day.
Give him 10 years.
Right? Like, I don't know.
That's what happened last time, wasn't it? It was like 10 years or so.
Yeah. Well, now people are claiming that the replacement bassist is Jason Newsted. And I'm like, it can't be. Jason Newsted had an interview recently saying he cannot play Metallica songs anymore because his hands are fucked up. If he can't play Metallica, what the fuck makes you think he can play Megadeth?
Yeah. Well, because he did have that shoulder injury.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago that really fucked him up.
And I think his hands are messed up too, if I'm not mistaken. It could just be the shoulder, but
maybe.
I didn't really read too deep into it.
Although I did like Newsted, the band Newsted.
They're really good.
That album was so good. That was supposed to play at the music festival, Soundwave, a couple of years ago. And I was so excited, then Jason pulled out in the last minute. And I'm just like, why? Why did you cancel?
You know what's fucked up? I had very similar happen to me. in 2000, I'm trying to think, in 2011, I believe it was, I was supposed to see, it was Shinedown, Godsmack, and Adelita's Way. It was supposed to be headlined by Papa Roach. And I was excited
Papa
because
Roach now, man. Whatever fucking happened to that band?
I saw them a couple times recently, like before COVID. They're really good still.
Yeah,
they have a new album. They have a new album out.
Yeah, I saw like one of the vehicles pop up on YouTube. I'm like, what is this shit?
Did you watch the remix that they did of what song was it? Last Resort?
Yes.
Where they had the rapper over top of it?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I did. Snippets of it, not like the whole thing.
I got
Pop
a question.
Evil done that with Pop Evil done that with who they've done Trenches, but then they added I think it was the guy from Public Enemy.
Public Enemy is really good too.
Or Run DMC or something. I can't remember who it was.
Did you see that Cypress Hill is back to doing shit again? They're going to be at the festival I'm going to.
Because of Prophets of Rage.
Yeah, they're not Prophets of Rage anymore. They're Cypress Hill again, and they're going to be at the festival I'm going to.
Fuck, man. You guys are so lucky. Because like now I've seen like bands going out on tour like Pop Evil and Rob Zombie, Korn.
It's all American because that's where they're from, and they're not allowed flying yet.
No.
Yeah. You know, and then Buck Cherry played a couple of gigs, and then they found out that I think one of the crew members got tested for COVID.
Oh yeah, I read that. By what I read, I think what's his name, Josh Todd.
Yeah,
he said that 2 band members was tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. So I'm like, do you really think it's safe?
It's not, but in the United States, cases are so high that a lot of places are thinking like we've been locked down and it's not working. So fuck it, let's open up and just let it run its course. Because it's already too far gone. Our last president didn't give a shit enough. The Beastie Boys is great. I was really sad when their singer died because I really was wanting to see them.
Yeah.
The closest thing I got to anything similar to the Beastie Boys was like Hollywood Undead.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
I've seen them. They're all right. They're like ICP meets Beastie Boys without the clown makeup and shitty fan base. I have a lot of friends that are like juggalos, and I give them shit all the time.
Insane Clown Posse were cool.
I actually do enjoy them. I have a lot of
cool
friends.
wrestlers.
I have a lot of friends that are juggalos, and like they're cool. Like I respect them, but like there's a large majority of like ICP fans that just take it too far. Like I'm like, dude, they're just having fun and joking. Like you guys are taking this shit way too serious. That's like somebody being like, Steel Panther is my religion. I'm gonna like their music touches my soul, and I'm like, which one? Gangbang at the old folks home?
Yeah.
Like it's a comedy band.
Whether
I
it
love
touch
them.
you.
Like I love the comedy bands, I really do. But to say they're an inspiration to you is kind of weird because if you listen to the lyrics,
a guy that I work with.
Or is it the music skill involved?
Yeah, well, I understand
talking about. I don't know.
I understand like music saving your life, comedy or not, because the comedy makes you feel better. But to say that a band's like an inspiration lyrically when they're a comedy band, like there's a lot of ICP fans. There's a lot of ICP fans that are like, I can really relate to them lyrically. I'm like, what, smashing somebody's head in with a hatchet? Like, what the
Yeah, man.
You've never been to prison once in your life.
I don't know if those bands had inspired people to like play instruments.
Oh, that's understandable, but not with ICP because they don't play instruments.
Yeah. Steel Panther.
Like, I understand like comedians can be an inspiration. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying comedy bands can't, but like a lot of these people are saying their lyrics are inspirational when they're not.
Oh, they're a bit of fun. Unless they inspire them to write funny lyrics, maybe.
Yeah, but the way that they say it, you know what I mean? Like they're like, it's such an inspirational lyric. Like I can feel it in my life.
All right.
And I'm like, what? ICP does say that a lot. Their fans even scare them.
Okay.
And Slayer says the same thing about their fans.
The fans even scare them.
Yeah.
That's true, though.
Tom Araya
It
said
must
that
be risky when they go and play.
Tom Araya said he met a fan one time that carved Slayer in his back. And he was like, that's too much.
Like, we get it, dude.
If Slayer fans are doing that, I want to see what the fuck Cannibal Corpse fans do.
Have you seen that shirt? That Corpse Grinder's got a shirt that says "Respect the Neck."
No.
He has his own shirt out that says "Respect the Neck," and he's like,
"That's golden." I didn't realize this, but Cannibal Corpse, their artwork is all done by the same person. I figured because it all looks similar, but yeah, the same guy does all of their artwork.
That's pretty cool.
His name is, hold on. I'm trying to find his name because I would love to give him credit because he does some really good art. He has his own website and he actually sells his artwork, including Cannibal Corpse artwork.
Yeah.
But I forget his name off the top of my head. If Kanak's in the chat, he's good at finding shit quicker than I can. But who does Cannibal Corpse artwork? Hence Locke does all their artwork.
That's pretty cool. That latest album is actually pretty good. I actually quite like it.
He's also a comic book artist.
That's cool.
He does the artwork for Dead World and A History of Violence.
But if you want to listen to a interview of the guitar player, Zach from Death Comes Lifting, done an interview with him on his podcast on Lips and Riffs. It's up on Spotify.
The guitarist of Cannibal Corpse?
Yeah. You can
That's cool.
go and listen to that. So
Did he interview him from prison?
Good. What's that?
Did he interview him from prison?
No, I think it's one of the other guitarists.
I interviewed Pat O'Brien from prison. So why did you have all them guns? And
I heard about that one, yeah. I heard about that, yeah.
Did you see where people are like, I had no idea he was capable of that? And then it shows like the names of Cannibal Corpse songs and all the lyrics that he wrote.
And there you go.
So are you a fan of the other band? What's their name? Oh, fuck. I'm going to get hate for this too because I can't think. Chris Barnes' other band. 6 Feet Under.
I've heard of them.
It's Cannibal Corpse, but different
I always
members.
thought they were an Australian band, but they're not.
They're not. They're from New York.
Yeah. I've heard of them, yeah.
6 Feet Under is pretty much same lyrical content, I think, as Cannibal Corpse.
The same as, yeah.
It's just Chris Barnes' band, the original singer of Cannibal Corpse. So Zach of Death Comes Lifting, does he interview Rob or Eric? Because Eric's their brand new lead guitarist. Rob's been with them since 2005. Well, since 1993, technically.
I think it was Rob.
That's fucking
Let me
badass.
double check.
That's badass because Rob's been with the band for quite some time, since 93.
Yeah.
He's rhythm guitar now, but he was lead guitar till 97 when Pat joined.
Yeah. Damn.
Ever listen to Cannabis Corpse?
No.
You have you?
No.
Naomi, have you?
No, I never have.
Cannabis Corpse is a death metal band. Their name is a take on Cannibal Corpse, of course. They're actually a marijuana-themed death metal band. Each song, is making fun of, or their album art is like a parody of like a death metal song or album. But the song doesn't sound like that song. It's just they're taking an ode to death metal, but making them all cannabis-related.
Right, all right.
Like they have the album Blunted at Birth instead of Butchered at Birth. They have Blunted at Birth. tube of resonated. Beneath grow lights, thou shalt rise. From wisdom to baked, left hand pass, and their most recent album, Nug So Vile.
Okay, so he had Rob from Cannibal Corpse on his podcast.
That's badass. Go check that out. I really do love the guys of Death Comes Lifting, and I would love to have him back.
Yeah, and then he also had Igor Caballero Jr. from Go Ahead and Die on his podcast too.
That's fucking incredible. Has he had Wednesday yet?
No.
That'd be cool as fuck to have Wednesday 13.
I know, but if you see the list of guests that he has on, man, he had Zach Simmons from Goat Hall
Oh shit.
on. He had Susie Quattro on.
I've seen those. I've seen Susie Quattro one, not all the way through, but I saw bits and pieces of it.
So nah, man.
See, on this show, what I love is like we have these weird topics. We talk about a lot of fucked up shit, but people leave here learning new bands.
I've learned a lot just in the last hour and a half.
Like, Goat Whore, that's a good band. I actually listened to them.
Yeah.
I have a band for everyone to check out. And I have a feeling we might get kicked off if I say their name, but fuck it. They are a 1980s grindcore band from Newton, Massachusetts. Their name is Anal Cunt.
Yeah. I agree to row.
Yeah, Go Ahead and Die is awesome.
Fucking good stoner thrashy band.
I'd be ready to put that into YouTube to look for it.
I got another really doom death metal band for you, Greg. They're a stoner band. Their name is Bongzilla. They released I think it was their debut album called A Marijuanica. It was one of their first albums. Another really good band. This is a fake band, but it's one of my favorite death metal bands, and I wish they were still around, but due to Adult Swim owning the rights, Brandon Small can't tour as it anymore. Death Clock.
That'd be cool.
Death Clock reunited recently at Adult Swim's festival. I love that band. I ejaculate fire up in the fluid, continuous druid.
One of the Oculus was like a really good animation series.
It was. When they went to buy that lobster, he's like, how do you cook this lobster? And the person's like, well, you throw it in a boiling pot of water and it screams. And he's like, that's fucking brutal. And he fucking grabs the lobster and takes it to Nathan Explosion. And he's like, what is this? And he's like, it's a lobster. We're going to have it for supper. And he's like, oh, how do you cook these things? And he's like, what you do is you cut right down the back end a little bit. You go like this, and then you throw it in a pot and it screams. That's fucking brutal. And he threw it in the cards.
I think I got season 1 to 4 on DVD.
Bro, how many seasons do they have? Didn't they just have 4 seasons?
I think so. Maybe 5.
Like, they just recently reunited, but people don't know what the future has in store because Adult Swim owns the rights, so Brandon Small can't tour Death Clock anymore unless Adult Swim renews Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
And it is rumored that they might, but Brandon Small's been fighting to get the rights because he wants to have a final season, and he wants to have it either on Hulu or Netflix if they allow him to buy the rights. That's his fucking band. He wrote the music.
So they started up 2006 to 2013.
Who did?
4 seasons.
Okay. Metalocalypse. Have you seen Metalocalypse, Naomi?
No, that's another one I haven't seen.
You need to watch it. It follows the fictional.
Like I need to watch a lot of stuff.
It follows the fictional death metal band Death Clock.
Ah, right, yeah.
And it's 5 members, and it's fucking hilarious. They're the most brutal death metal band ever. People die at their concerts. People get their heads ripped off. Like, it's fucking hilarious because they
Sounds
show
a bit
it.
risky going to the concert.
In real life, Brandon Small voices, I think, all the characters. I might be wrong on that. I don't know if he voices them all, but in the band, like on the albums, he's the main songwriter. He writes everything. There's no actual band.
Right.
He made up the characters, and when he tours, it'll be really dark lit room, and it'll show the animation behind him, and he'll be playing while the animation behind him singing and playing, and he'll be like voicing all the characters on stage and shit. It's cool.
Yeah, I've not had a lot of time to watch films or things recently.
He also has a band called Galacticon.
Right.
Yeah.
Galacticon is a space opera metal band.
Yeah.
It basically follows like a storyline, like a soap opera. And
Oh yeah.
And it's like very space sounding, but it's death metal ish.
Death
They released a
metal space soap
kind
opera.
of. The first album wasn't death metal. The second album was pretty much Death Clock in space.
Right.
Because he sung like Nathan Explosion through the whole goddamn album.
Yeah. I'm interested to find out more about all these things, these new bands and films.
Yeah, Death Clock, the three fictional characters is Nathan Explosion, who is the vocalist. You have Swarsgard, who is the band's lead guitarist. Then you have Toki Wartooth, who is the rhythm guitarist. Then you have Pickles, who is the bassist. And then you have William Murderface, who is the... Well, no, Pickles isn't the bassist. Pickles is the drummer. William Murderface is the bassist.
Right.
And then you have Magnus Hammersmith. He was the first rhythm guitarist of Death Clock, but he was kicked out of the band very early for his violent behavior. He threatened to kill the band many times.
A bit risky
Sounds
having
like
him
a Dave
around then.
Mustaine thing.
What?
Sounds like a Dave Mustaine thing in Metallica.
Right? I didn't know this. Gene Hughlin actually is the drummer for Death Clock.
Yeah, he has been for years.
Now the members of Death Clock, like who voices them, Brandon Small voices Nathan Explosion, Swasgard, and he voices Pickles, and that's who all he plays like the voices of, but he plays the singing voice of almost all the members.
Yeah.
Except for William Murderface, because he never really sings. But yeah. I love Death Clock. Go check out Death Clock. Death Clock's fucking crazy. One of my favorite songs by them is I Ejaculate Fire or Mermaider. But I'm going to call this podcast quits because we are at an hour and 30-minute mark.
I know. I just look at the time now.
Yeah.
It's like
Over an hour and a half.
It's almost 5 a.m. here.
Oh, I'm sorry. But check us out next week. We have Tower Stories debuting. Well, Jeff Towers, same time. Featuring stories from not from Joan Jett, featuring stories about Joan Jett and Willie Nelson. Could you imagine if we could get Willie Nelson and Joan Jett on here to tell us stories about Jeff
Where
Towers?
he said it's like Joan Jett and Willie Nelson. This is Joan Jett and the Willie Nelson.
That sounds like a really good band. Joan Jett and the Willie Nelsons.
Yeah.
Featuring Jeff Towers.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeff Towers is going to tell us stories about his time. I don't know what part he was working for Joan Jett and Willie Nelson, so I can't really tell you. I think he was just the local production assistant. Like he was like helping take care of the people, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then check out Reignite with Kathy Grant. She's going to announce the date soon, but she's going to have Marco on there. Or, I mean, that looks like Uncle Fester.
Yeah.
She's got Uncle Fester on the show. And then we have the Voice It show.
That neck.
With Shim.
From Shrow, I think. I'm not sure.
Shrim of Kenny Loggins and Toto. We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. But it's live on YouTube. July 20th.
They're a cool band.
I know. Aren't they the ones that do like the rains down in Africa?
Yeah.
Is that
that one song that people knows.
Okay. That guy to the right of him or to the left, however you view it, looks like Dash Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's got Gene Simmons hair.
Yeah, it's like Dash if he had Gene Simmons hair and was a little older, because I think that guy looks older. I can't tell, it's blurry. But
I think he is.
But yeah, check out Reignite with Uncle Fester and Marco.
And we got some cool guests coming up too. We're here.
We do have good guests coming up. I was going to announce that probably the episode after Jeff Towers, because we have them next month.
Yeah.
So we got some time to announce.
But I'm not gonna say who it is, but I know who it is. But yeah.
Go ahead, say it, because that one's already been announced.
Oh yeah. So Eric 13 from Combi Christ will be joining on the show, thanks to me, because I asked him if he wanted to come on because we had Calabrese on, and because I mentioned Calabrese on his live stream, and then he was saying, "Oh, you got Calabrese on your show, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll send you the link." I'm like, "Dude, you are more than welcome to come on the show." He goes, "I'm down," and then boom.
Yeah, I don't know if it got lost in the spam folder. I have to check, but I'm waiting for a email so that I can send him an email of the StreamYard link. I might have to have you send it to him whenever it's posted. It's not posted yet, because that's not till when?
I think he said August
August
20th or something.
I have it right here. August 30th.
30th, yeah.
Yep.
Eric 13.
That's it, yeah.
And I will also announce another guest, because fuck it, why not? I'll announce a couple here. We have Alan Poe, August 16th. Of course, we have Eric 13, August 30th. And fuck it, we also have Michael McVeigh coming on the show on September 6th. He's been fighting a frog again. Did you see that? That frog's back.
No, I haven't.
No.
Yeah, he posted a picture today, either today or last night, and it says, "Guess who's back?" And it's a picture of the frog. I sent a GIF that says, "I'll do it again." But happy birthday, Naomi. I hope it was a great one for you.
Oh, it was, yeah. It was a lovely surprise, that, yeah. I'm
glad you liked your video, and I liked you liked your gift.
Excellent.
I'm glad you got to cook for yourself on your birthday.
I had help, which was good. The kids tidied up. I left them to do that. I was like, right, that's it now. You two can load the dishwasher, tidy up.
Did you wrap your own presents too?
No, I didn't actually. I have done that in the past sometimes. My husband had done all that. It was funny the night before. He says, "Right, I'm fed up of watching TV now." This was like at 10:30 in the evening. I'm like, "What? You sat there normally till nearly midnight watching something, watching Star Trek or something," and then I'm like, "Oh, you're acting weird now."
You're a Trekkie.
No, I'm not. My husband is.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to bed, and then in the morning he wrapped all the presents, got the guitar out, made the card with the pink. It had the lanyard, like a backstage pass with Sockmin written on it, pink Sockmin.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So
he got all this, and usually when he's planning any surprises that he's ever planned for me, I normally find out about them. But this time, I think I've just been that busy working. He could have done anything, and I wouldn't have even noticed before that he was planning anything, because it's oblivious.
That's funny. I'm glad you didn't have to wrap your own gifts, because I don't want you cooking yourself dinner and wrapping your own gifts. That's just sad. That's just depressing.
That would be sad, just wrapping your own gifts.
That you bought.
I have sometimes wrapped my own Christmas presents, but that's only because I'm doing everybody else. I just think, well, I've got everything out now. I might just as well just carry on.
Anders has a good question before we go. He
Who
wants to know
paid for the guitar?
Yeah, he wants to know because he wants to become friends with this person.
Well, I did. But the money came from my parents as well. It's a long, complicated story, but yeah.
Are your parents looking for new friends?
Do they want an Australian friend?
Everybody becomes friends with Naomi's parents, and they all want guitars.
Yeah. Do they want to be friends with somebody from the future?
I'm getting you a shirt that says "Grass to the
Tuesday
Future."
You're into Tuesday. We're still Monday.
We need to get shirts made that says "Grack to the Future."
Yeah, Grack to the Future. Oh yes, absolutely.
I have an idea
Got to do those.
I have an idea for a flyer next week. Well, not next week, but the week after the Tower Stories episode.
I like the one that you made up with the sign. It's so funny because like I've read the comments that Kanak put, and I said to Kanak, like, Kanak, please don't sue us. Copyright.
Like, I love Connect. I know he's joking, but that was actually legit a trend back in the early 2000s. Businesses would do shit like that. I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, the placards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like it was weird, but they stopped doing it for a while, and then I'm like, hey, that's cool. He's bringing it back. Let's fucking do this.
I know, it was brilliant. Yeah.
And then the comments says "as seen on Tinder."
Yeah, I put that on purpose see if anybody would
I'd have
notice.
known that back then, the early it was about about then I could have done with that. Put send wine and gin, big placard.
That's hilarious, though. What did you say again, Greg?
What was that?
You said something funny, and then Naomi was talking. I forget what you said.
Yeah, I was just talking
on the
about
corner of the
placards.
thing. And the corner of the song is "as seen on Tinder."
Yeah, I put that because I'm like, fuck it. Like, that's where we're probably known from.
Did you remember that one time I was answering to my Tinder messages live on the air?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was when, I'm just on Tinder.
And he tells all the Tinder girls to check out Pink Sock Podcast.
What did you say? Check out my pink sock.
Check out my pink sock is a great
If you
opener.
see my profile, most of the pictures are the promotion pictures.
Our podcast is helping.
Tell me about this Pink Sock podcast. Oh, I just look it up on YouTube, man.
Our podcast is
That's the reason why Eric 13 said we're popular.
Have you got that one where you're wearing that T-shirt that says, I fuck on
the first date?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that word live, but I have.
That's his profile picture.
Is that your profile Tinder picture?
I fuck on the first date.
No, that's on Bumble.
That's on Grindr.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know what Grindr was. I didn't know what Grindr was until I was like working one day, and there's this gay kid that I worked with, and he told me what Grindr was.
I found out what it was from the program on TV.
Yeah, it's gay Tinder.
Yeah,
Grindr.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't even know what that was either. I'm like, what's this?
You know what Grindr should use as their theme song? The song by Judas Priest, Grindr. Grindr, looking for meat. Grindr.
Well, the placards came from Bob Dylan, apparently. It wasn't Kanak that invented them.
Bob Dylan did. He did that song. I think he did a song called Bob, where he was holding up the placards or whatever. No, it was that Bob was the Weird Al Yankovic parody. He did a song. I forget the name of it, but it shows him holding up placard cards of the lyrics.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
From 1960s, I think. We're starting shit with voices. Love you, Connect. I love you. All in good fun. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. See you guys next week with Jeff Towers talking to us about Willie Nelson and shit. And remember, live long.
Live long.
Rock hard.
Rock hard.
Oh, I got a